We're not that bad. May borrow snow blowers, but
Okay. No talking about snow. It's too early.
it's snowing in the game.
You can talk about it in the game. All right. So, what is the plan? So, oh yes, I was going to tell you what Juju House is. So I've put you guys. Let me show everyone this on Twitch as well. So I have put you guys on this map of Harlem, and the Juju House is right around here.
Little Africa. Nice.
Yeah, New York Public Library. Too far.
Right.
It won't stick out a little, but not too much. Hey, you can say we're on the way to the Cotton Club.
Yeah.
So did we decide if we're going to try to speak with Poole first? Wait, so it gets even later, then visit the Juju house?
Mm.
I mean, what do we want to get out of Pool?
I just was thinking at some point just talk to him, see if he's got anything more on those prisoners and what they're saying. If they're saying anything at this point.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think everything else we should keep close to the vest. As far as whether we feel these are copycat or if it's a group instead of rather just Mr. Adams.
All right. So
Okay.
you're going to see Poole?
I guess
I
so.
mean, where's he?
He is at the police station.
That's
Okay.
down in Manhattan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Let's roll with that.
you go up to the precinct, and Lieutenant Poole is still at the 14th precinct. Sorry, no, at the Manhattan precinct. And so, gentlemen, what can I do for you this evening?
Well, seeing that we were just at the funeral today of our good friend Jackson Elias, God rest his soul. You know that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us used to be his colleague, and I gotta say I'm kind of unnerved at what's been happening here with these serial murders we hear. No, I'm not from around here, but you know, I'd really like to be able to sleep at night, knowing that more of these weren't going to happen, and frankly speaking, happening to us. Kind of curious what you've found out about these.
So, Seamus, you had a kind of a good rapport with him.
Yes.
So he kind of looks at you and says, "Can I speak frankly around your friends?"
Absolutely. We were through a lot with Mr. Elias, and we kept that bond from many years.
He says, "I'm honestly pretty concerned about this too. He says, a lot of us upper brass were a little bit taken aback when Robson started taking all these murder cases for himself, and several of us weren't 100% sure he had the right man when he arrested Hilton Adams. There were a lot of unanswered questions that just kind of got swept over at trial, but the I was kind of holding my tongue, for a fellow officer, but when I ran out of the hotel the other night, it was because one of my men had radioed me that Robson pulled rank and took my 3 suspects away. He told me that he had questions for them and that I could have them back when he was done.
Let me guess. He's not done yet, right?
No.
Are these suspects? Are they still around?
He says, I have no idea where they are. I wasn't allowed to question them for more than 15 minutes before Robson snapped them up.
Anyone we might know?
The 3 guys that you turned into me.
Yeah.
So I take it they're sort of in his peer view now. Do you know if your prosecutors have any worries about this? They must be breathing down your necks, considering they thought they had this wrapped up. Probably was a lot of pressure with these multiple murders.
Robson's just trying to write it off that Adams must have had a co-conspirator that we didn't know about.
Well, I'll give you this, as I think I may have mentioned, and I don't know how much you're familiar with Mr. Elias's past as a writer. We became friends with him down in Peru, and he turned his exploits into one of his books. And it was about a deadly cult he encountered in Peru. I'll be honest with you, not everything that actually happened made it into the book, just because people wouldn't believe it,
Yeah.
If you had the whole truth. But it's, as I said before, this is investigating its type of cult activity is well up his alley. We got mixed up in it because there was a man called Larkin down there, a Kenyan, was organizing an expedition. Turned out to be he was involved in this some shady stuff, and keep seeing Kenyan connections here again with this cult of the bloody tongue, as we notice this symbol, as some researcher says. It says possibly Kenyan origins. So, we're a little concerned for our own safeties if it has anything to deal back of that days in Peru.
He just kind of looks a little bit confused at that. Larkin. That name doesn't ring familiar from any of the case files.
It wouldn't. I mean, he was honestly, he was an opiate addict, as it turned out. Probably controlled.
We certainly have plenty of those up here too.
Yeah, and died down in Peru. Looked like his so-called personal aide was the real person pulling the strings, if you know what I mean.
Well, gentlemen, if there's anything that I can help you with, or if you find out any more information, please come to me anytime. So I usually work the night shift, but one of the folks on the force would be more than happy to get me a message if I'm not here.
Has there been any other murders aside from these 9 that possibly they thought might be connected, but just didn't have the head carving or the ritual?
Nothing that we could definitively tie. I mean, people get themselves killed up in Harlem all the time.
You guys have anything?
Nothing super obvious at the moment.
Me neither.
I guess we'll just thank him for his time. We'll keep him in mind and say that we put some feelers out to researchers we know around some academics. If we hear anything that might be of use, we'll let you know.
Definitely.
Does he know where Robson is right now?
So I assume he's at his precinct up in Harlem.
Oh. As a sidebar, not including the police officer, do we think that Robson is a cultist?
I got even money.
Maybe we should spend some time following him, and maybe he'll lead us to the cult.
Where did the arrested suspects go?
They disappeared with Robson.
No, I'm asking Lieutenant Poole.
Oh.
That's what he told us. He doesn't know.
Like disappear? I just thought they were like taken away from his questioning.
He says, I don't know. They won't let me step foot in their precinct.
Oh,
and I'd kick their ass out if they came and tried to pull rank down here. So that's not really that suspicious.
But I guess out of character, does that mean they're just in a jail in another precinct? Is that what he's saying? I mean, we're not saying that these people like mysteriously vanished.
You don't know.
The only way we're going to find that out is from
Well, maybe
Robson.
they did.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, isn't it strange that if he has the prisoners, how he hasn't even come to ask us because we're the people that, helped capture them? Think you'd want to take a statement?
Like witnesses and stuff?
Yeah.
We could go to the local courthouse because the suspects have a constitutional right to a speedy trial. So they should have at least entered,
Yeah, this is before Miranda.
In a bail hearing.
This is before Miranda.
Way before.
Well, no, Miranda versus that just says that you need to let the prisoner know that.
This was not the kinder, gentler NYPD. People very often, especially minorities, very often disappeared in custody for long periods of time. And, they might have gone to trial. They might never have gone to trial.
The question is has they even been given an opportunity to contact a lawyer? Period. Does anybody know that they're in custody?
To be their lawyers.
Sure, why not? Forge a bar card, see how that goes.
We'd be better off anonymously retaining lawyers on their behalf to go in and see if we can't find them that way, rather than risking our own hides.
Gee, if only you guys knew a lawyer.
Yes.
So speaking of which, I'm just wondering.
We know several.
I was just going to say, was Alejandro been hassled by the police? The the kind of racist NYPD of the 20s, would he have been hassled by them, or is he just too big and strong? It's just like, yeah, we'll leave that guy alone.
I'm sure you've probably had the wrong place, wrong time happen to you at one point. Probably because you're so big and beefy. They don't usually give you too much shit, but you've certainly dealt with more than your share of casual racism.
Yeah. I just call them gringos. Who cares?
But
And maricon. So
I mean, that's something to chase down, right? We captured 3 cultists, and then now they're gone.
Yeah, I mean, do we head to the precinct in Harlem and kind of say we were just at our friend's funeral today and we haven't even given a statement about his murder and wondered what was going on with it?
Well, we're on our way to Harlem anyway.
You demand to be heard.
Yeah.
So why don't we hit up the Harlem police station on our way to the Juju house?
okay.
Sounds good to me.
At the very least, we can get an opportunity to maybe size up this detective.
Or like what we can do
Robson?
is, if we hit some dead ends at the Harlem precinct, we could find the closest cop bar and just liquor up some of the police and see if we can get some information about Robson. He's like
It's prohibition. I think the cop bar is the hardest bar to find.
is this in the 20s or 30s?
20s.
Nice.
Yeah, 25.
It was 1935. Yeah, no, booze would be no problem.
Well, cops get drunk. We could find a speakeasy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, some of the speakeasies of these days are brilliantly hidden.
Yeah, and most of them are they're in cahoots with the police, right? So
Yeah, but the police typically don't drink at the same speakeasy that everyone else does.
Yeah.
Their speakeasy is usually in the basement of the police station, and you're not invited to that one.
Yeah.
Aw.
Especially not the Spaniard. Yeah, but wow, I just have a fucking talent for making things awkward whenever I open my mouth, huh?
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, did I cut out?
So you're going up to the 14th precinct? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So you make your way up there. By the time you get up there, it's close to midnight. So the
police station's open 24 hours.
the police station is open 24 hours. There's a fair amount of activity as it's starting to get a little rowdy out, and so there's the usual drunken disorderlies that are getting brought in. The desk sergeant kind of looks the 5 of you up and down and says, "What can I do for you, gentlemen?"
Who's got a good social skill set?
I got decent intimidation. Probably
Yeah,
not going to work at a police
that's
station.
the skill you want to use in the police station. Roll it.
Yeah, fucking Jesus.
I just asked, excuse me, is Captain Robinson Robson or Robinson?
Robson.
Captain Robson in?
No, he works days. If you come back 9 a.m. tomorrow, he'll probably be in.
Mighty fine. Okay, well, that's a thing. He's not in.
But he does work on Sundays.
He works every other Sunday.
Okay. And this would be this
Yeah,
coming
he'll be on tomorrow if you're looking for him.
Sunday.
Anything I can help you with?
Oh, well,
Does
we
anyone have any arousing skills? Like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I got charm.
I got charm, but
Could try it. Probably fail. But just we're friends of Jackson Elias, who we buried him today. As you might know, he was killed a few nights ago. We were witnesses to the crime. We understand that the men that we helped capture were taken into custody and were here. And we were just hoping to speak to the detective because no one's come to take our witness statements.
Well, I know the captain's pretty busy, but if you want to come back in the morning, I'm sure he'd be willing to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, officer, and we hope that you have a pleasant night.
kind of on the way out, I mean, I'm talking. I assume this is like just the front desk guy.
Thanks, Bill.
Wait, what?
Yeah, nothing. Front desk guy.
I just realized I hadn't hit that.
So we were the ones who were attacked by these three unknown men, and we're wondering if they were still safely under lock and key here.
Oh, no one gets out of our cells. Don't you worry.
But they are here.
As well, I'm just the desk sergeant. I'm not privy to all of these things. But if you say that they're here, then they're here.
Three kind of kooky guys. I can't remember what they were wearing, but
Does
I
he
tried
know
to describe
anyone
them.
who would know
He
that
says,
they're
"I
here?
said I just work the desk."
Maybe we should offer him a tenner to go down and beat them or something.
Well, they weren't that useful when we talked to them the first time, so I'm not sure if anything's changed. But
No. Like to offer the sergeant a bribe so we can go down to the cell block and verify for ourselves on the pretense that we went to like cause bodily harm to the person that killed our friend.
It's okay.
On the
Well,
off chance we find the one honest cop.
yeah, even if it's in the 20s, we'll just be like, it's okay. One of them's black.
yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going with this. I mean, let's say they're not here, then I guess it becomes more mysterious. But we still wouldn't know where they were.
Yeah, like, what's the skill to offer a bribe?
So that would give you a bonus die to charm or to what's the other one? Trying to pull one of your sheets up here.
Fast talk.
Yeah, charm or fast talk. That would give you a bonus die on.
Oh no, wait, persuade.
Or persuade. Any of those three.
Yeah, I can only
Yeah,
imagine.
assuming that he reacts favorably to the bribe, then it would offer you a bonus die. If he doesn't react favorably, then that would probably be a penalty die.
Well, this 20 just fell out of my hand. I don't understand.
Yeah, I can only imagine how intimidating would work with this. It's just like, take my money if you know what's good for you. Yeah, but
Yeah, so someone with like a good like charm or fast talk or persuade score, offer him a bribe, see what happens.
Yeah, that's definitely not me.
not me either.
No. I have 22, but I only got lucky. I got lucky once.
Well, I got 55 charm, but I'm still not sure where we're going with this, and that's still a coin toss.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So if we find out they're not there, what do we do?
well, that just
Juju
makes
house.
Robson look more sketchy, right? And kind of reinforces the hypothesis that he is a cultist.
Well, maybe I'll figure out more of that out just by talking to him directly if we come back later and we still care.
Well,
Okay.
we move on to the Juju house now.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Yeah, we're in the neighborhood.
Okay.
Out of
Yeah,
curiosity,
let's go see the Juju house.
how far about is that?
So, you guys are at the police station, which is conveniently not on this map. What the?
The most
How is
important
this map
locations
not? How is this map supposed to be useful to me for running this adventure if all the places that are all right? So the police station has got to be.
It allows you
over-
to
But it's got the Cotton
arbitrarily
Club,
declare
so we
where
can
the
go check it
locations
out.
are. Actually, it's totally helpful from a GMing perspective.
Right. Yeah, I can make it be where. All right, so it's got to be over here by Central Park. So, yeah, so the police station's got to be like right over here, and you are heading up here.
Oh, we were in Spanish Harlem.
Ooh.
Yeah, Alejandro's home.
Yeah. Yeah, probably just have that reputation of the big motherfucker. Yeah. That's probably his only personality that people know of.
Wait, were you in New York all this time? Or your character, I mean?
Yeah, my
Yes.
character was in New York a lot. He was in New York since the incident.
Take a cab, or is that S like for the subway or something?
The S would be the subway.
So
Although
what
I
do you say?
believe that at this point in time the subway stops at midnight.
The cabs don't go up that far.
Well, no, I mean it's a happening place at this point, so you can figure it out.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Oh,
far
no,
from
no,
like I said, the
subway
Cotton
is
Club
24
and
hours at this point,
those.
and it costs you 5 cents.
Oh no, 5 cents. Whatever am I going to do?
Probably pay it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find one ransom court. It's an alleyway off of West 137th. It opens into a 20-foot square court. The only doors off the court are to the Juju house, and there's the back door of an abandoned pawn shop that fronts up out onto 138th Street. The building itself, it appears to be an African art store. You see a number of tribal masks and other weird fetishes in the window. There's a sign that says Juju shop. Sorry, Juju house. But the building is of course closed up and all the lights are off at this time of night.
Okay. So I assume it's closed.
It is closed, yes.
Hmm. Would there be a role to see if the police patrol here very often?
I mean, you know from living kind of close to here that there's fairly regular patrol. I mean, not like every few minutes, but at least once an hour, there's going to be patrolmen on foot going through most of this area.
Okay. So we're gonna have to be very sneaky. Probably find a back way, and then break the door in, because no one's gonna notice the door. The back way is broken open.
Looks like the back way.
Well,
Okay.
gentlemen, we don't have to actually break. You know what I mean?
There's a handwritten card propped up at the bottom of the window that says that the shop hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and closed on Sundays, and lunch from noon to 1.
How badly do we want to get in?
I think an after-hours visit would be nice. You can probably find out a lot more with the place being closed than with it being open.
Is this
Shall
after
we
hours
take
enough for you?
a look around back?
Okay.
So there's not really a easy way for you guys that you can readily see that's you've got. So let me show you. Let me just 1 second here. Let me fog this up, because you haven't been in there yet. All right.
Yeah, we haven't the foggiest what it looks like.
Right. Okay. So this is what you've got here. You've got this here is, oh, sorry, wrong tool. This here is ransom court here.
So this is the rear.
This is the front, and this is the front door and the glass window to the Juju house.
I would think the one with the stairs would be the front of
No,
the pawn
that's
shop.
oh,
Okay.
sorry. So the pawn shop. This is the rear door to an abandoned pawn shop.
Okay.
But when you went around to the 138th Avenue side of Juju House, there's no other entrance from that side. There's a couple of small windows, but there's no door that on that side of the building.
So there's only one entrance we can find. How exposed do you think we're really that? It doesn't look like we're that exposed, or are we?
So there's
It's
a
been
number
cold.
of tenement buildings that kind of line the area around here.
Any like windows and stuff overlooking the court?
Yes.
People are probably asleep at this point, though.
Yeah, make a spot hidden roll.
We'll go through the abandoned pawn shop, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's a entranceway into the abandoned pawn shop. Maybe that's just an escape route or some shit.
Ooh, nice.
Look at you with your extreme. So
Bibbidi
as
bobbidi
you
boo.
are kind of looking around, you notice some movement from one of the curtains up in one of the tenement buildings. You definitely think that you're being watched.
Hmm. Well, we are suspicious looking.
Yeah.
Is it like dark in this courtyard?
It's not bright, but there's a little bit of glint from some from the street of 137th, and some light pouring in from the windows of the apartment buildings that are facing you.
So do we want to go into the Juju house or not, or do the pawn shop? Maybe go try the rear.
I was just thinking if we feel like we're being watched. I don't know who's got good stealth. Maybe we should all leave, and then one person kind of comes back. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too paranoid.
No, probably not.
Well, to be honest, considering that patrols
Not paranoid enough.
patrols tend to come by every hour, I would say have someone be on lookout for a patrol, and we could just probably do whatever we want.
And
But
if we see a patrol coming, what would happen then?
you warn us, and then we get the
Just
fuck
run,
out.
a patrol's coming. Patrol.
Yeah.
Not a horrible idea.
So who's going to be your lookout?
Who's the guy with the most spot hidden?
Well, I don't think a patrol would be hidden.
Good point.
So wait.
Who's
So
got the worst
this is
stealth?
I mean, this is the obvious thing. I assume all the doors are locked.
So there's a visible padlock on the back door of the pawn shop that you can see, and well, everything's closed up. You assume the door's locked. I mean, have you tried it?
Okay, I'm going to
Probably one of them.
I'm going to twist the knob or pull down the knob or
Yeah,
whatever this
it's
door
locked.
looks like. Okay. I'm going to I'm guessing someone can pick the lock. All right, Sean.
So who has the worst luck?
I have 47. Or actually, yeah, 47.
Yeah, about 65.
Anyone worse than 47?
Nope, I got 55.
All right, Alejandro, I'm going to need a luck roll from you.
Okay, let's see. Oh, look, failure.
Oh, jeez.
So, just as Seamus is kind of coming up to the door there and getting ready to take his fun little toys out, police officer comes into the little court. Gentlemen, what's the occasion?
Oh no.
Kenyan Independence Day. And we really need some supplies from Kenya.
Can one of you make some sort of
Positive thinking.
either charm or fast talk?
Hmm.
Why don't we tell him that
Story here.
we had to go to the bathroom? We're looking for a quiet place to go.
I don't think public urination is necessarily a good thing either.
It's pretty late at night, and we were looking for a public bathroom, but no dice.
Okay, seriously.
Okay, so I got an idea. What if I said that I'm new in town, and I was trying to find an address of a friend, and I'm totally lost. Something like that.
So I'll need a charm or a fast talk roll.
I only have charm, but I suppose anybody could do this.
Yeah, just fucking. Wow, officer, you look really handsome in that uniform. Yeah, we were just taking a piss.
No, I'm not saying that. Wait, so what is what is the name of the street again? Sorry.
Ransom Court.
Ransom Court. I was looking for Random Court. That's the problem. All right, I'll give it a shot. I don't know. Anyone
I
else?
thought- I thought with fast talk, it didn't even need to make any sense. You were just kind of spouting gibberish, and to confuse them.
What kind of? It's more like
That's a
something that.
fail.
It's more like something that they believe in the moment. But then as time goes on, they're just like, hey, wait a minute.
So
Can I spend for bonus die, or did I have to declare that ahead of time?
You can push it.
you can push it. You can push the roll, which means you roll again. If you fail again, it's even worse.
But
Yeah,
wait,
it's-
I have plus
No,
one
no.
extreme. What does that mean?
That
No,
doesn't
that's
mean
just
anything.
if you had been
If
granted
you
a
had
bonus die, then that's what the roll would have been.
Yeah, so like, can I spend like luck or something to like get the bonus die, or do I have to declare
No,
that?
because your actual
No.
roll was 92, so you need to spend 40 points of luck.
Ooh, yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? It's like a one
Yeah,
for
it's
one.
one.
Yeah,
It's one for
for
one.
one.
That's just what I was looking up.
What's the thing where you can kind of turn the numbers around? Like, so can I get like 29? Is that a thing, or is that a different game?
Different game.
Damn it.
Is that Delta Green?
Sure, too many damn games.
I don't know.
House rules.
Okay, let me.
So I fail.
Oh,
Oh,
So-
Not
Oh my-
only do you fail in trying to like unfail me, you fail even more.
Jesus, goddamn! Just stop talking,
Fumble,
everyone.
I
fumble,
could elbow him and say, "Please stop helping me."
It's like, oh yeah, we were just breaking into this place, officer. It's okay, he's black.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
So
It doesn't work on this officer for some reason.
I got a pound of crack in my pocket.
Want to see it?
So you guys very
Wait,
quickly.
someone else roll, because like it's got to get even worse. At this
So you
point,
guys
right?
very quickly find yourself back at the 14th precinct.
We haven't broken any laws, right?
That'd be true.
Only this time you're gonna get a lovely tour of the, well, maybe this is what you wanted after all. You are going to get to go down to the cells, just in handcuffs.
What, you think that scares me?
And
I've seen that before.
Me too.
yes, this
I'm
is
gonna
your
try and
second
get
time.
arrested.
This is Jesse's second time getting arrested in this
I'm
game.
gonna try and get
Ugh.
arrested like in every locale.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my thing.
Oh, Jesus. So next time you spot that we're being watched, we leave, okay? When we're trying to break into some place.
So they
Nothing
arrest you.
felonious,
The,
just
the, the official charge is mopery,
What the hell is that?
which is the general catch-all charge if they couldn't find anything good to arrest you for in the 20s.
Got lost on our way to the
Yeah.
Cotton Club.
Yeah, you mope.
That's our
New
story.
York is hard.
And So you spend the night in jail.
Do we see the cultists that are theoretically locked up here?
You don't see your friends.
Yeah, I think Robson is a cultist or working with them.
I don't know, maybe.
This is all part of our elaborate plan.
Yeah, he's either a cultist or he's on their payroll.
So in the late morning, I think I even have a. I think I've got a token for him. Let's see here, New York. Well, maybe I don't have a token for him. All right. Well, anyway, no, there he is. Oop. All right. So in the late morning, Captain Walter Robson comes up to the cell and says, "Well, isn't this interesting? You come in last night, you ask for me by name, and then an hour later, you get arrested for trying to force the knob of one of the shops in my district."
Hey, he didn't see that.
No.
Yeah, did he? I didn't think that was a thing,
we
was it?
didn't do anything. We were just hanging out.
Seamus was the officer. His officer says that this is what you were doing.
Yeah, well, his
I
office.
said, damn it, Seamus, I thought you told me you were just going to pee against the door.
We
So
were just looking for a nice warm place to
We
relieve
were on our
ourselves.
way to the Cotton Club and we got lost, remember?
That.
so
Promised take me, show
We're gonna
me
go see
what
some
this
jazz.
means.
so he
We were in Harlem.
We have a right to see an attorney, even in 1925.
he says, "Son, probably for the best if you don't try and tell me what your rights are." Let's just say it's not the best way for you to have a long, healthy life here, because bad things can happen in Harlem.
At this point, Alejandro's basically just got his arms crossed and he's just scowling.
Can any of you make a credit rating roll?
I
guess I
can. Let's see what happens. Nice. Okay, credit rating. Oh, look, I succeed.
Yeah.
So, Alejandro, you saw this quite a lot in Peru. You think that you notice that Captain Robson is dressed much better than you think someone of his salary range should be dressed.
At this point,
He's got a really nice watch. His clothes seem really well tailored, like way better than any other police officer's uniform that you've seen in the time that you've been living in New York. And you just kind of file this away for right now.
at this point, Alejandro just says, "That is a very nice uniform, officer. Where did you get it?"
Shame if some blood were to get on it.
He says, "Well, I'm glad you like it." He says, "So, what am I going to do with you, gentlemen? I guess let's start at the beginning. Why were you here looking for me last night?"
We wanted to give our statements because our friend was murdered.
Oh, we lost someone. Lost
Oh,
Bill.
boy. Yeah, Billy Willie.
He says, "Oh, that's who you are." He says, "Yeah, I was gonna, there he is, he's back. Hey, Bill. You're unmuted, Bill.
Yeah, looks like my Wi-Fi just decided to stop, reconnect.
Yeah, you know. So he says, "Oh, so you're, that's who you are. You were at that Elias case. Yeah, I was gonna get around to talking to you. I was gonna wait till Monday, but to give you time to get over your morning. And I try not to, conduct too many interviews on Sundays. So most people drop by, they're not in off doing something. Or all right, so what can you tell me?"
Can we relate what happened? That we were supposed to go and meet Elias at that place, and then found him dead. There were 3 cultists who were running away.
He says, "Yes, I got all that from Lieutenant Poole's files. Anything else that you want to tell me?"
Oh, sidebar. Was this place in Harlem? Why does this Robson guy have jurisdiction?
Yes, it's in Harlem.
And why was the investigating detective Poole?
No.
Sorry, I
What?
misunderstood. The Juju house where you were just arrested is in Harlem.
Yeah, but what's his name? Was Elias murdered in Harlem?
No.
No. Remember, that's what the thing Poole was pissed about.
I say, did you ever learn anything from those crazy men that?
You ever read any works of Mr. Elias?
No, I'm not much for those kind of books.
He one of the books he wrote called The Hungry Dead, about his time in Peru. That's where he met him.
I've never been outside New York. Never really saw a need for it.
It's where we encountered a death cult
Uh-huh.
in Peru. And let's just say, as I've been telling a few people on and off, he had to scrub some facts.
Yeah, you're not telling me anything that I haven't heard from that other professor, Mordecai.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Except the how we got involved in that was why we're concerned is that the exhibition was led by a man called Larkin. It's Kenyan.
White Kenyan.
Yeah.
Okay. Not really
And
sure what this has to do with me.
the symbol cut into these people's head. Researchers will tell you. Well, probably the same thing as your
Yeah, well,
Kenyan.
I'm not so sure about that whole Kenyan thing. We got our man. He didn't seem like he was Kenyan. He must have had some accomplice that we haven't picked up yet, or it's a copycat. But
know how Hilton Adams was arrested?
So you were told um, by Rebecca that he was found at the scene of one of the murders.
Like he was just in the room or something? Like, or was he just like, what was
The
the idea?
newspaper report said that he was arrested at the scene, uh, standing over one of the bodies.
Well, that's not good.
I've got a note that says he had the symbol carved into him as well. Was that something that I got wrong, or so was Adams? Did Adams also have a symbol carved into him?
No. All of the victims have had the symbol carved into them.
Okay. So it was carved into the victim, not Adams. I had that note wrong. Okay.
Well, it doesn't seem like you can tell us too much more.
Yeah, were you able to get anything about a cult out of these guys that you arrested at our friend's murder?
I haven't, but let's just say they had a little accident on their arrival, and they haven't been in the best of health for receiving visitors or for talking.
What does that mean exactly?
He just
Big
kind of
action.
looks at you and says, "As I said, bad things happen in Harlem sometimes."
Just might have fallen down the steps on the way into the holding cells.
Well, either way, I'd asked them if they have any connections to Kenya. Because I said the other thing was the reason we were in town was Jackson asked us because he was going to be next probably book. He was investigating the Carlisle expedition. You've probably heard of what happened to them.
He says, not really one for the high society types.
Yeah, they were massacred in Kenya. That's why we kind of have a little concern.
He says, "Look, I'm going to let you go as a professional courtesy, but don't screw around in my precinct. I won't be as nice the second time." And he opens the cell and tells you that you can go.
All right, we're a bunch of mopes leaving the leaving the cells. Yeah, I think we need to go someplace where we can
Get
privately
breakfast.
discuss. Then yeah.
Could always go to the Juju house when it's open.
It's not open on Sundays.
Yeah.
We can go check in at the museum and see if we've gotten any contacts from the Adams wife.
So the New Yorkers here, or Soldier of Fortune, know any cat burglars?
You probably might know someone. If you
I'm
made
thinking-
let's see, for something like that, it would be one of the kind of dark skill. Like if you made a locksmith check, or something like that, I could probably even put it to stealth or sleight of hand. that you would know someone in that profession.
Oh, I got heaps of stealth.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you've got some associates that play on the wrong side of the fence. It would probably take you a few days to get in touch with them. They're not exactly the people that you can just pick up the phone and call, but you can make the right inquiries and probably arrange a meeting for. It's Sunday now, so probably by Friday Thursday, Friday you could get in touch with some folks.
All right. Well, we have other leads chased down, right?
Yes. It is Sunday, and I think you guys had something planned for today.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think we might as well head over to what was the one today?
Publisher.
The publisher's office.
Okay. The offices of Prospero House are located on Lexington Avenue near 35th Street. The modest concern does not aim for bestsellers, but rather for books that deserve to be published because they will interest select readers for a generation to come. Let me put you back on the Manhattan map. Kensington believes that the so anyway, you come in and meet with Jonah, and he says, "Gentlemen, you look a little worse for wear. Everything okay?"
Yeah, we had a bit of a rough night up in Harlem.
Oh, I've been there myself. Say no more. Say no more.
He's been in jail?
So he says, so he's sits you down, gets you some coffee, and says, "Well, gents, I believe that the police theory of the cult murder is correct. I mean, after all, Jackson was always infatuated with blood cults. I think that either some old enemies at last caught up with him, or Jackson's new project was even more important and dangerous than Jackson himself had believed." He tells you that Jackson had been persuaded that a blood cult had massacred the Carlisle expedition, but that not all of the principals of the expedition had been killed. He requests Jackson's correspondence file from his secretary and then reads you the following. Let me get this one. Yes. Show to players. Show to everyone. So he reads you this. August 8th, 1924, Nairobi. Dear Jonah, big news. There's a possibility that not all of the members of the Carlisle expedition died. I have a lead. Though the authorities here deny the cult angle, the natives sing a different tune. You wouldn't believe the stories. Some juicy notes coming your way. This one may make us all rich. Blood and kisses, Jay. He says that a short while later he received the notes as promised, and he gives you a summary of the notes that he received. So this is really tiny print, and I lost my copy of. Hold on one second. Let me just pull this up so that I can read it to you quick. I had printed out a version of it, but all right. So set one of the Nairobi notes sets forth the offices, officials, and tribes which Elias visited, searching for material concerning cults and cult rituals. Elias mentions a Roger Corridon, the colonial undersecretary for internal affairs. However, he notes that nothing conclusive was learned. Jackson discounts the official version of the Carlisle massacre. Set 2 describes his trip to the massacre site. He notes particularly that the earth there is completely barren, and that all the tribes of the region avoid the place, saying that it is cursed by the god of the black wind, whose home is in the nearby mountaintop. Set 3 is an interview with Johnstone Kenyatta, who says that the Carlisle murders may have been performed by the cult of the Bloody Tongue. He says that the cult is reputedly based in the mountains, and that its high priestess is part of the Mountain of the Black Wind. Jackson is politely skeptical, but Kenyatta insists up to the point. In quotes, Elias records that the regional tribes fear and hate the Bloody Tongue, and that tribal magic is of no protection against the cult, and that the cult's god is not of Africa. Set 4 follows up on the Kenyatta interview. Elias confirms from several good sources that the Bloody Tongue exists, though he finds no first-hand evidence of it. Tales include children stolen for sacrifice and creatures with great wings that are said to come down from the Mountain of the Black Wind to carry people off. The cult worships a god unknown to folklorists, one fitting no traditional African pattern. Elias lists Sam Mariga Railway Station, Neville Gemmerin, Dr. Starrett, Lieutenant Selkirk, and Colonel Endicott as people he questioned. Set 5 is a single sheet reminding Elias that the Cairo-based portion of the Carlisle itinerary must be examined carefully. He believes that the reason which prompted Carlisle's Kenyan side trip on the Nile. Set 6 is a long interview with Lieutenant Mark Selkirk, leader of the men who actually found the remains of the Carlisle expedition. Importantly, Selkirk says that the bodies were remarkably undecayed for the length of time which they lay in the open, almost as if decay itself wouldn't come near the place. Secondly, the victims had been torn apart, as if by animals, though what sort of animals would pull apart bodies so systematically he could not guess. Unimaginable, inexplicable, Selkirk agrees that the Nandis might have had something to do with the episode, but suspects that the charges against the ringleaders were trumped up. It wouldn't be the first time, he says cynically. Finally, Selkirk confirms that no Caucasians were found among the dead. Only the corpses of the Kenyan bearers were scattered across the barren plain, despite what was claimed at the inquest. Set 7 is another single sheet. Elias ran into Nails Nelson at the Victoria Bar in Nairobi. Nelson had been a mercenary for the Italians on the Somali-Abyssinian border and had escaped into Kenya after double-crossing his employers. Nelson claimed to have seen Jack Brady alive in Hong Kong less than 2 years before Jackson was in Kenya, and long after the Kenyan courts declared that Brady and the rest of the expedition were dead. Brady was friendly, though guarded and taciturn. Nelson didn't press the conversation. This report only strengthened Jackson's belief that the principal members of the expedition might still live. Set 8 discusses a possible structure for the Carlisle book, but is mostly featureless, with entries like "tell what happened" and "explain why."
Two things.
Yes.
I have a question. First, I forgot to do it when we were talking to the detective, because this has reminded me. It's psychology to figure out if somebody's lying, right?
Yes.
I'd like to.
You retconning this back to when you were in the...
Yeah, which makes sense.
Well,
I failed,
but you failed, so...
Yeah. And going, cult, told you, Kenya, knew it, called it.
So Jonah tells him that shortly after he received the notes, Jackson sent him a wire from Hong Kong to say that his inquiries were proceeding nicely. After that, Jackson was not heard from until the middle of last month, on December 16th, 1924, when he wired from London. His telegram was very excited and a bit crazy sounding. He said he'd been in London for a few days where he dug up a lot of stuff. Jackson said he'd seen unbelievable things and mentioned a plan or a conspiracy of monstrous worldwide proportions. He said there was a timetable and that he needed to find the missing pieces. He mentioned needing to go to Australia, but wouldn't or couldn't explain more. The wire ended saying that he would soon be in New York, and that Jackson then took passage on a freighter, the Phalarope, the next morning. And he says that Jackson came in to see him and left him some more notes, and that was the last of it. That's the last I saw. If any of you want to make a psychology or a spot hidden, I'll let you.
I guess so.
Looking for.
And the hits keep coming.
Of course not.
I don't think I've rolled a success tonight at all.
Oh, dice are in my favor tonight.
Wow, that's just a lot of red.
Can I push my roll?
It's all bad.
Sure, you can push your roll. Tell me what you're doing for what you're doing to give yourself the better chance. And which roll are you pushing? Spot hidden or psychology?
I just rolled psychology. Or it's a 14. Can I spend 14 luck?
You can spend 14 luck.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay. So you spend your 14 luck, so that brings you to a pass. So when he says that that Jackson, came and dropped some more stuff off to him, you realize he kind of closes the file rather abruptly and doesn't offer to share what anything that Jackson might have told him in his last visit.
So he's hiding something. How do we find out what it is?
Anybody got a
Yeah,
sleight
get
of
the file.
hand that can swap the file or something?
Just a base 10% for me.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Could just
that
ask
makes sense,
him outright.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I
That
know
will
it,
never work.
but the way things are going at this
Has your
point,
fumble for the charm not taught you anything?
yes, that we're desperate.
Okay. Let me think about something here. Let's see.
Right. How about we fumble into him, knock him over, and somebody take the file?
Everybody just rush the desk.
Can
With
someone,
like
fast
we have
talk to get him out of the
computers or
room?
something, you can just like. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Wait, what does this office look like? I mean, just like an attorney's office, I guess.
It's an editor's office, so I mean, there's manuscripts all over the place.
Okay.
I mean, even on a Sunday, the place is kind of a little bit. The publishing house is a little bit crazy. You've noticed people, coming and going outside the glass window of the office.
All right, how bad do we want to get this file? So, would you say his desk was like kind of clean or messy?
It's kind of messy. I mean, it's not like
Seriously, why don't we just try the
you
straightforward approach?
you would
If
you would need a hard roll to lose it on the desk or anything like that.
No,
I
no, no,
mean,
no.
if he's hiding something, maybe it's because it's nuts. Remember what we went through in Peru? And I'm saying we just be honest. Tell him, listen, Jackson,
the fun in that.
he scrubbed a lot of stuff out of the book. Some stuff that most people would think is nuts. Supernatural crazy.
So this is what we're gonna do. Is there like somewhere where I can get a drink or something? I ask him.
He reaches into his bottom drawer and pulls out a bottle of bourbon and says,
No,
"Well,
no, not that kind of drink. It's like friggin' what is it? It's like 9 a.m. No, I mean I guess it's like noon or something.
yeah, it's like noon, 1 o'clock."
I said, well, no. Normally I'd take you up on that, but not that kind. I was just thinking like a glass of water or something.
Oh yeah, sure. He calls his secretary in, and she comes back with a tray with 6 glasses of water on it.
All right, I'm gonna drink a glass of water. You okay, Sean? You want to do that? Let's see how far you get on your crazy scam.
Okay. Listen. So I took it straight. I said, are you trying?
None of you know this except for Martin at this point.
Okay. He said,
I still want a glass of water.
You can have your glass of water, but none of you. Martin is the only one that noticed anything odd at the end of that exchange.
Okay, there we go.
All right, what are you doing, Sean?
All right. Let's see if I could try it. What the heck? I'm going to try a charm on him. How badly did I fumble?
Bad.
Yeah.
Dude, just failed.
I'm out.
Well, it's
That's
not
it.
a fumble.
No, but I mean, let's face it.
Almost a fumble.
You just fucked up regularly.
Yeah, it's one away from a fumble.
You know how high I've been rolling tonight is ridiculous.
Linear probability curves. It's gonna get you one way or the other. Okay, wait. So what else? That was a lot of information. Was that like? Do you have like handouts for that, or like how do
Yes,
we?
the handout should have been shared with you now.
Okay, so my question on this one here is:
Having trouble remembering some of it.
so Jackson says here that he puts little.
Wait, Eric, where did you share that?
It should be in under handouts for all of you.
Yeah, it came up on roll 20.
Yeah, the big one was America's 12.
Okay.
Do the rest of you have it?
Okay, I was on
Yeah,
expedition.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yep.
Set 3. He's skeptical of it. Now, is he skeptical of at that point of the cult being at that location, or that there is this cult? Does he know? That was the 12th handout.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Jonah says that his impression of that was that he was skeptical about the he was initially skeptical about the cult, and especially about the the high priestess and he was skeptical about the whole thing. He didn't really believe in a lot of this. He was
Yeah, he's
Initially, he thinks he was that Jackson was, kind of on the party line of that these guys were just murdered by tribesmen, and was slowly trying to unpeel things, and wasn't sure whether people were just telling him it was a cult because of who he was, and oh, easiest way to get Jackson's attention is just tell him there's a cult.
Did that happen often?
All the time. I mean, especially after the third book, that anytime he went anywhere, that people always, oh, well, I can get some money out of this if I just tell him that it's a cult.
Okay. Did he give any explanation later on for why he thought that the white members of the Carlisle expedition might have been spared, or what they were up to?
He said that as was pointed out in there, the more people he interviewed, the more the story seemed to fall apart.
Did he have any ideas of where, if the white members of the expedition survived, where they might have been taken?
So Jonah says the only hard thing that I heard was that last bit about Jack Brady.
As a sidebar, maybe we should go and talk to Carlisle's sister. Because didn't she spend years looking for if there were any survivors?
Yeah, we're going to try and reach out to his lawyer.
Sure.
Her lawyer's thing. And so there's nothing. Does he make any indications? How can I put it delicately? When we were in Peru, we saw some things that would edge on the fantastical, supernatural. Jackson didn't say he was seeing any similarities or any connections to his time in Peru.
Make a psychology roll.
All right, let me blow this one.
Yeah, you don't seem to. He's just like, no, he did never mention Peru. I mean, I'll let anyone else make a psychology roll if any of you have it.
I guess I'll try.
Just to see it red.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, sorry, I was busy reading this stuff. Why are we making a psychology roll?
So Martin knows everything that's going on here. Well, Martin could read this guy like a book. You
Pretty high.
You definitely think that he's covering up for something. You get the feeling that especially when he mentions when Seamus mentions like otherworldly stuff, you kind of see Jonah's eyebrows go up and his eyes get a little big there, and then he just kind of like shakes it off quick, and then it's like, oh no, nah, he never mentioned Peru.
He's not showing us the good stuff.
Do you say that as in character?
No. Oh. Yeah. Whenever we hire the cat burglar, maybe we should come back here too.
I don't know. Can one of you make a either locksmith or sleight of hand or
You can do locksmith. Let's do.
Whoa.
Finally. Fuck. See, picking locks is the only thing I'm good at.
so? Yeah, Seamus, you think that getting back in here yourself would be child's play. You've seen enough people walking around at just in the time that you've been here. You think if you came back here later in the evening, there's enough hustle and bustle in here that you could probably sneak in and get the file.
Well, wait, sidebar. Why wasn't Seamus picking the lock at the Juju Club? He's got like 60 in locksmith.
I was going to,
He was.
but we got interrupted.
Did we forget to set a watch? Is that what happened?
We were just jiggling a handle and got a bad roll.
Yep.
Oh well.
We didn't really go into the juju whole business with a very good plan.
Oh.
I mean, my character didn't make any of these rolls, so he's got no idea what's going on except for what he's been told.
So I guess that's the. Does he have any questions for us?
He says, well, I'd strongly suggest that you talk to Carlton tomorrow. Attend the reading of the will. I've got kind of an idea of what's in there, and definitely you should go to that. Anything else, gentlemen?
I had to find water.
Are we gonna break into here like as a sidebar? Are we gonna break into here after hours and steal that folder?
We should split up and each break into a different part of this game.
Yeah.
Sure, break in. Don't talk to the NPCs,
Jesse needs to get arrested some more.
I don't know how many more locations there are in this game. Probably more than this.
I think it goes all over the world, so we haven't even left the Americas yet.
Plenty of time then.
Yeah, I think that's all we got in here, unless we're coming back after hours.
Yeah, I don't know. We may learn more things.
All right, so you guys, as you guys leave, does Martin let the rest of the crew in on the?
Oh yeah, as soon as we're in a discrete location. That guy's holding out on us. He's not showing us the good stuff.
I don't know. I'm totally buying it with the way I was rolling.
You're wrong. I don't know how wrong you are.
Not surprised. I'm more.
But now that you say that, there was something else in that folder that he closed away kind of quick.
You think he just that Jackson filled him in on some of this? That something weird, like what weird as in Peru happened, and he doesn't want to tell us because he thinks we'll think he's nuts.
Yeah, he might be just covering for Jackson, thinking that it's way out there and doesn't even merit mentioning.
Well, he's generally been pretty helpful and supportive, so there's probably no ill intent, but he's not showing us the good stuff. He's hiding stuff.
Now, what do you say? You want to check out that folder tonight, or wait until after we have meet with the lawyer? Maybe he'll be more open then.
Yeah, I think we'll do the lawyer thing first.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Let's do all our during at
before we
once.
burn any
Run out of
bridges.
things to do.
Okay, so you're
I
gonna
don't know what else we can do on Sunday.
you're gonna leave it here then, and we'll pick up next time on Monday with the reading of the will.
The reading of the will, yes.
Yeah.
All right,
We
that
have
seems
to
like
stay in a haunted house.
that seems
all
like
the
as
time.
good a place as any for us to
The
to
juju.
end off tonight.
Yeah, it's very we do. We get to have the house if we can spend a night in there.
uh, 2 weeks from today, that would be the last day of U.S. Thanksgiving weekend. Does that work for everybody?
That should be all right.
Yeah, I think that's good for me.
Cool. All right. Well, then I'm going to say thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for those who on Twitch who followed and subscribed. Welcome to the family. Hope you enjoy the show here. For those of you on Twitch, I'm gonna send us off to another channel that's doing a telethon here for the Extra Life charity. So we'll send you over there and hope that we can make some money for that charity. But everybody else, thank you very much. Have a great night, and we will catch up soon. In the meantime, feel free to look us up on the socials. And to my players, thank you very much. Talk more over the next week.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
for having us.
Thanks for
Later.
running.
Thanks.
See you
later.
guys. Stay warm.
Maybe next time the dice will be in our favor.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.